Selam Ali. How are you today? I would like to introduce you as an actor-producer. Thanks to Vilma Ellis, she introduced us to you. I was very pleased to meet you at Other Venice Film Festival, which you want to see Armen's film premiered and won an award. Stick Figure Wisdom. Vilma was there, her husband was there, her kids were there. And so I know you're a filmmaker and actor, but can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Thank you, Bessy, for this invitation. Of course, but I'm really how we call that the world is so small and the life is so short. The way how I choose to be in cinema industry 23 years now, traveling around the world and make movies and be executor. This is the word that I have to say always. Of course, thanks for Vilma Ellis. She's one of my actresses in 2 movies already. And now we're preparing for our film here in Los Angeles. Of course, that being in cinema industry, it's a big deal. It's with big love too. I have to mention that because without love, you cannot work with the light and the shadow. You cannot even use the colors to show the people the way. This is me, generally in acting, directing, and producing.
Very good. We're searching for goodness. That's the name of our documentary. So what do you think goodness is and how do we spread goodness?
Goodness is a beautiful concept. It's not only word to say it. It's a big concept. And this concept needs so many experiences in life and so many steps that you have to do it in your life, then you can understand first what the goodness. Because the goodness it can be between animals and it can be between humans and it can be between aliens. It's a concept that you can use everywhere, even moving from the 5th dimensions to 6th dimensions, for example. You have to use the goodness because through this concept, you can do many stuff. You can own the space. You can own even people. Like, let's say, to be a lead, people love you, then they follow you. And this is the meaning of owning people. It means like you let them with you. They follow you.
Lead by an example. So what do you think would be a good example of being goodness and to spread goodness? Like, what are some things you do and people can do to spread goodness?
As I said, there is many steps in life to understand many words. The terminology of many words need searching and observing. Is not only watching. Observing with a very cool eye, deeply. You can, on the way there is a big part on the trip that you can share goodness, that you can, how we call, like you through the observation, you can see what's the good, what's the bad. Then you can talk about goodness, because if there is no bad, we cannot talk about goodness. We cannot give this name or this title.
It's like there needs to be darkness to see the light.
Of course, even in cinema, we work always with a contrast. If I cannot work correctly in dramaturgy and to know how to create the contrast, you cannot talk about cinema. Otherwise, we talk only about light. Cinema is light and shadow.
So you mentioned a lot of spiritual things just now.
Yeah.
So where do you stand? Are you a spiritual person? What's your perspective? How can we do goodness spiritually and from a scientific perspective? And how do you think science and spirituality can coexist together?
Yeah, there is 2 experiences only in this week. First, look, we are in the Salt Cave. Thanks for Gaston Silver, he's my business partner, and he owns this place. And look how amazing we are in a very beautiful space that we are surrounded by salt everywhere.
I love
And
salt.
even the floor, even the ground is you see it's salt everywhere.
Yeah.
And spirituality is something very very deep that I think the meaning of being in this life is to be spiritual, because the corporal stuff, the body stuff, it's more, we call it in French, um, éphémère et passagère dans le temps.
Love how it hears. What does it mean?
It means it's very short. It's very short. It's a moment. This is the body things. But the spirituality is, we call in French, durable dans le temps. It means that is no infinity. It's like, it's plus the infinity. Is no limit. With the spirituality is, you make a trip. 1 week ago, I get the experience with the therapy, with the music, with the rhythm, and they get my trip. Like I can see more clear stuff. You cannot do it only by your body. You need to be so deep in spirituality to do it and to feel it.
I wanted to know, what do you think about environmental issues such as climate change and global warming? What are your thoughts on that? What do you think people should be doing to work on that?
My invitation is to ask people to read more books and to observe this life and to see deeply the bad things around us, then they can understand what's happened now. We are already destroying many years, destroying the nature, destroying the world, our world.
And your thoughts on birds?
Birds, there is good birds and bad birds. I think.
What do you mean bad birds? Like attacking, like in the movie Birds?
The bad birds is the people that, I don't know, birds is a metaphoric word.
Oh, okay.
Then if we have a good bird, the birds can come in the morning and say hello to you, can sing to you, can do a beautiful thing to get it in the morning before then you start your journey. But there is bad birds that they do only bad shit.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
Kind of like the gay naysayers and people,
It's a symbolic, yeah.
Right, okay, that's funny. We're all about uniting people, bringing people together. Science and spiritual, different beliefs, different religions, different ethnicities. What do you think how music, movies, and arts play a role in that?
Of course, that everything we do is by love. Art brings love, and with the love you can create the union, create the group. Let's talk about group of people, how they can connect together, even they are everyone from another countries or different culture.
Do you think art helps you to elevate to that consciousness?
Of course. Actually, many philosophers in this earth was talking about the art. When they talk about language, they talk always about art. And what's the meaning of using art or be an artist in this earth is to involve more and more people with you in what you want to do or what you want or where you want to go. It's like an invitation for freedom and for love.
So any other last thoughts you want to add before we close?
I have to say thank you for this invitation to be in this documentary film. Of course, we have to say thanks to my business partner, Garson Silver, for this beautiful place.
And what's the thing with the salt? Like, what? I mean, I love eating salt. But what's the thing with the salt?
The salt is a protection.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. A protection.
Yes, it's a protection.
I didn't know that. And I feel salt under my feet right now. How is it good? Is it kind of like pressing on earth?
It's about cleaning, salt cleaning souls. This is one of the things that many old women I met in my life, like shamans, they use the salt to clean.
You know what? I just remembered something right now. When in Turkey, let's say if a salt spills, they say, oh, it's gonna bring bad luck. And I think Greek or somebody does like throwing salt over shoulder.
Yes.
Like a superstitious
Yes.
thing too. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's something about salt.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thank you so much for the interview. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure is mine.
We're gonna
Thank
be
you.
watching out for your new movies coming out.
Thank
Keep
you.
us posted, and thank you to your friend. We're
Thank
also
you.
gonna interview
Thank you.
him. And this is a studio in Beverly Hills. If you
Yes.
guys want to do podcast and everything, what is it called again?
The Salt Cave.
The Salt Cave.
They have to contact the Garson Server. He's the
You
owner.
gotta contact the Garson.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's the end of this episode with Ali.
Thank you, Armin, too.
Yes,
We have
thanks
the-
to Armin. We have a secret hero behind cameras doing camera, sound, light, and editing. So a little applause for Armin.
غنيت غناية واحكي كلام من قلبي حسي وبعلى صوتي نادي وينك يا حرة يا حرة أنا بصوتي اليوم بحكي عليك وانت بعيدة بعيدة مشي